One of the reforms includes restrictions on care workers bringing dependents and requiring providers to register with the Care Quality Commission if they sponsor migrants. These changes will take effect on March 11, 2024. Therefore, the restriction on care workers bringing dependents will be enforced from March 11, 2024. And only CQC regulated companies will be able to sponsor migrants starting from the same date. Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update on the latest immigration rules. Starting from March 14, 2024, there will be some changes. Firstly, the 20% discount of occupations on the shortage occupation list will be removed. Additionally, the minimum salary requirement for skilled worker visa holders will increase from £26,200 to £38,700 effective from April 4th, 424. And those of you wondering about family visas and minimum income requirement threshold will be gradually increased starting at £29,000 from April 11, 24. Hope this clears things up for you. The recent update regarding the CQC Care Quality Commission means that the start date for care assistants not being able to bring their dependents has been moved up. Instead of starting on April 1st as initially expected, it will now begin on March 11th. This means that if you are planning to apply for a care job or need to obtain a visa or certificate sponsorship, you must do so before March 11, 24. If you want to bring your family with you after this date, if you secure a care worker job or a care visa, you will no longer have the option to bring your dependents to the UK. Additionally, there have been reforms to student visas since the start of January, which have restricted the ability of most postgraduate students to bring their dependents to the UK. These measures aim to address issues of rising migration and prevent the abuse of the healthcare visa route, where individuals have been coming to the UK for non-existent or low-paying care worker visa. The goal is to ensure that British labour is not undercut by overseas workers. It is unfortunate that some individuals have been exploited and faced difficulties finding employment after investigating significant amount of money to come to the UK. This is why they are now saying that only regulated companies such as care homes and home care agencies can sponsor overseas applicants. So if you are searching for a job as a care worker, make sure to look for companies regulated by the CQC. I have created a comprehensive video on how to find these companies and complete the application process on my channel. You can find the link in the description box and you can see the video here as well. It will be really helpful for you. Additionally, Home Secretary James cleverly emphasized the need to reduce migration to sustainable level. They are taking this matter seriously and implementing measures to cut down on legal migration to the UK. This approach is firm but fair, allowing those affected time to prepare while reducing migration. We are committed to delivering the change we promised, relieving pressure on public services and protecting British workers with utmost urgency. I'm not sure where the idea of protecting British workers comes from, as migrants are actually filling jobs that were initially adding to the shortage occupation list. These jobs were added because there was a shortage in the industry and people in the UK were not taking them up. So employers in this field had to recruit people from overseas. If they hadn't done that, there wouldn't have been any applicants from overseas for those visas. It's important to remember that it was the employers who put these jobs out there in the first place. So regarding the issue of bringing family members, they are not completely closing the route. The route is still open, but you can only apply if you come without your dependents. Additionally, you can only apply to CQC regulated companies, as they are the ones who can sponsor your visas from now on. The Minister for Legal Migration and the Border has stated that their comprehensive plan to tackle net migration will not only reduce the numbers substantially, however, it also addresses the inherent unfairness of a system that would reward employers seeking to hire cheap labor from abroad at the expense of British workers. So we are working hard to bring about change in this area, and progress is being made to modernize and enhance the security of the UK border. These efforts will continue throughout 2024. The measures put in place aim to reduce legal migration, but they also tighten regulations. While they are closing up certain aspects, there will always be ways to navigate the system. It is worth noting that they are grateful for overseas care workers, but they recognize that migration is not a long-term solution for social care needs. Alongside tightening visa rules, they are also reforming social care careers to encourage more people from within the country to take up these jobs. The reforms, combined with international recruitment under new rules, will build up the progress made in the past year, such as lower staff turnover, fewer vacancies, and more people working in social care. Starting from the 4th of April, there will be an increase in the minimum salary requirement for skilled worker visas from 26,000 to 38,000. This 48% rise aims to increase number of workers, alleviate pressure on public services, and prevent the undercutting of British workers by employers seeking cheap labor from overseas. However, workers on health and care visa, as well as those in health and education sectors on a national pay scale, will be exempt from this specific threshold. If you are currently on a healthcare and care worker visa or an education visa, or if you are planning to be on one of those visas, the salary threshold will not impact you at the moment. According to the authorities, you are not required to earn 38,700,000 before you can work in the healthcare sector. This also applies if you are a doctor, nurse, healthcare assistant, support worker, radiographer, or any other related profession. Similarly, if you are coming to UK as a teacher or in the education sector, the new salary threshold will not affect you either. However, please note that the new immigration rules, which will be implemented on 14th March, will remove the 20% discount for occupations on the shortage occupation list. Instead, a new migration salary list will be introduced in early April. This change is based on a recommendation from the Migration Advisory Committee, MAC, which will advise the government on which occupation should be temporarily added to the new list. The details of the new salary threshold for healthcare and education sectors will be announced by March or April. That's the plan they had in mind to finish before they can come and work in the UK. They will also inform us about the new occupations that will be added to the list starting from April. We are excited to hear from them when the time comes. By the way, the minimum income requirement for family visas will gradually increase starting at £29,000 from April 11th by early 25. It will be raised to 38,700, ensuring that only dependents who can be financially supported are brought to the UK. They also mentioned the increase in migration health surcharge to £1,035. If you need more clarity, feel free to read up on it. I hope this update has addressed some of the questions you had in the mind. If anything else come up, I will be sure to keep you informed. See you in the next video.